I am going to show you a quick demo on how to create a forum, a discussion forum. So I'm going to create a discussion forum for my class on this particular course. First thing to do is to turn editing on, and then after that, look for a page that the course title, the course topic where I want to sit that particular assignment, which is on discussion forum. I'll add activity or resource. And then from my many tools here, I have starred some that I think are important to me. So I'll just go to start and check this tool here called forum. This forum tool is for allowing students to engage in discussion, engaging in discussion asynchronously. So let's say I'll call this discussion question one, question number one. All right. So I'm going to set up a shell where I'm going to put this discussion question. So I can put a description that this assignment, maybe just as a way of instruction, I'll say this assignment is meant for group work. Okay. I'll need to display description. So forum type, what kind of forum do I want this to be? It could either be a single, simple discussion, each person posts one discussion, question and answer forum, standard forum displayed in a blog-like format, standard forum for general use. I like either question and answer forum or standard forum displayed in a blog-like format so that you can see a trail of how a trail of how comments will be displaying themselves on the course page on the assignment. Let me set up the availability, and I need to enable these parts. The due date. When is this assignment due? When is this discussion forum due? I'll check my calendar. And normally, typically for a discussion, we want to give them time to work on it. So let me give them like a week, because basically they're discussing a topic around what I have taught that week. Cutoff date. Let's say this is like late, really late submission. I'll select the following day. If it's on 7th, I'll select 8th. And this is starting from 10 a.m. I'll let the cutoff date also end at 10 a.m. of the following day. Right? Then attachments and word count. This is if I'm going to give any limits on this. Maximum attachment size, leave it 5 MB. Maximum number of attachments, leave it as 9. Display word count. If I'm going to give a restriction on, let's say your assignment or your comment must be about 200 words, then I need to check that yes. But let me leave it as for now. Subscription and tracking. You can either force it or auto subscription or subscription disabled. Just leave it as optional. And also read tracking, leave it as optional. Discussion locking. This is to lock this discussion. Some discussions tend to be very interesting and they could take like 3 to 4 weeks. You don't want that to happen. So you want to lock this discussion after, let's say 2 weeks, so that people can move to the next discussion question that you have, or next activity that you might have. Post threshold for blocking. I would say don't block, because this is going to allow students to be able to go back. If you block, then they cannot go back and access what has been done. Whole forum grading. You want to choose the type of grading this to be done, either scale or point. I'll choose point because this is just part of many assignments. So let's say this is out of 20, to be 20% of the cumulative score. Grading method. If you have a marking guide or a rubric, you can upload it, but I'll leave it as simple direct for now. Grade category. I would say leave it as uncategorized. Grades to pass. I wouldn't put any grades to pass at this point because this is just part of the many assessments I have to give this semester. Default setting to notify students. I would say yes, because I want students to be notified once I make any comments on their posting. Then rating, aggregate type, just leave it as no for now. Common module settings, show on course page. You want it to be seen. Restrict access. Let's say you have something to be done, a video to be watched, a documentary, an article to be read from a journal, you can insert it here. You can say activity to be completed and choose which activity needs to be completed before this work can be done. Let's say they need to do readings for research paper or referendum workshop. They need to read something. Add restriction. So activity completion, I've already set my completion in the availability of this assignment, so I'll leave it as it is. I won't touch that. Then I'll just save and return to course. Now, I've just set up the shell. I have not set the question yet. Um, it's under here. So I need to go in the discussion question itself, which is restricted to an assigned reading, an assigned reading or a workshop. And I'll say, I'll click on the discussion to put in the question itself. See, now I have no topic. I need to add a topic. So I'll add a topic. And I would say this is a discussion on referendum. They have already watched a video about referendum. Then I'll put my message here. Outline the procedure for outline the constitutional procedure for uh, for making political decisions in Kenya. Okay, so then I'll give my instructions here that one, post your initial reply to this comment, to this post your initial reply. Then I'll say read all other students' posts, then respond to not less than 3 other students in the class. Then I'll say total score or possible score for this assignment is 20 marks. All right. Then I'll post to forum. So here we go. So now the topic has been posted for discussion. So when students come here, they will need to discuss this topic. They'll need to read it, understand it, then discuss the topic. And for them to discuss the topic, they just need to click here, discuss. It's going to open for them these tools on the bottom right. They can click on reply to input their responses or discussion. All right, so they can put whatever they want to write there, and then after that they can post to forum. If they post to forum, it's going to come under. All right, it's going to see it's coming like the blog like format. You can tell that this student is responding to this question. If any other students comes to reply here, it will go under, so you can tell who is replying to who. So you can say this is accurately stated, however, blah blah blah. All right, then finishing post to forum. You can tell it's outlined like in a blog like format. You can tell this student is responding to the main question, this student is responding to this student. If anything else happens to this post, it will appear under here. You can see the threaded format. All right. Okay, so that's it for now on how to set up a discussion forum for your class. If you have any questions, please call your Odell personnel. Thank you.